Hey guys, it's Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day number 275 of quitting alcohol. I just got back from Hawaii yesterday and had a bunch of stuff lined up to do when I got back. I had to make a confrontational phone call with somebody that's doing some work for me. I've been kind of dreading it as I got near the end of my trip, and then was kind of dreading it earlier on in the day. And then I had to do a bunch of furniture pickups for our business today, and I'm teaching my sons how to do the family business, just so they always have a way of making money if anything falls through on what they plan on doing for a career. This is something that I've always made money on the side, and then of course turned it into a full-time business that they'll have tools in their bag they can use that apply to not only this but anything else when it comes to buying and selling. And but I haven't been dreading that. That's all good fun and stuff, but I've just been real busy, have a lot on my plate. And what I wanted to talk about is just that when you have those things that are piling up and that are busy and that you're dreading doing, do the toughest things first. Knock out those things that are hanging over your head that are the biggest pain in the ass, because once you do those things and those are cleared off your to-do list, everything else on there is a cakewalk, right? It's all downhill. It's all easy. Sometimes we get ourselves into a situation where we don't attack the biggest, baddest thing first because, we don't feel like doing it. We're scared to do it. We know it's going to be confrontational or something that, we just flat don't feel like doing, right? And then all of a sudden you don't do that. And then something else like that comes along. Now you got two things sitting there that you got to deal with that are daunting, right? And then a third thing comes along. And all the while you're dreading these things, right? When you could have just dealt with them ASAP and been free of that burden, free of that negative feeling, kind of like a cloud floating over you, and I know quitting alcohol is that way. You got that negative feeling and this cloud floating over you of something you're dreading doing that is only going to better your life and better your situation once you just make the decision to do it and get it out of the way, right? But that's just another example of something. And the reason I'm bringing this up too is because, these are some of the reasons we drink when we're dreading stuff and we just want to kind of get that escape from what we're dreading, what we don't want to deal with in our lives. We turn to a drug to numb ourselves or to give us that temporary instant gratification relief from having to think about it or feel about it or whatever, So I really find myself enjoying attacking those things head on and getting them off my to-do list, like making that confrontational phone call today. I was mid-hike. I did a 6-mile hike today, and that's the other thing, trying to balance all these things in your life, working out, eating healthy, your business, your job, your whatever you've got going on. And these things start stacking up if you don't knock them off, right? But I was midway through my hike and I'm just like, nah, I'm sick of thinking about this. I'm sick of dreading it. So I got to the top of one of the hills on my hike. I just made the phone call, and as soon as it was over with, it was like, boom, I can move on with the rest of my day as free as a bird and not have to worry about that thing anymore, right? And, this is just life advice. This channel's not always going to be about alcohol and, quitting it or whatever. But these things, life all kind of coincides together, right? If you're stressed out or you're not dealing with life properly, maybe you want to drink more, So I just want to encourage you guys to attack the bear first, get that crap that you're dreading out of the way, and you're going to feel so much better once it's off your plate, right? But if you sit there and you put it off and you put it off, that just creates more dread, more thinking about it, more your mind spinning out of control, more worst case scenario thoughts, and it's kind of like that too of, if you got a pretty good hunch there might be something wrong with you and you should really go to the doctor, but you just keep putting it off because you don't want to, and all the while, it's still in the back of your mind until you get it fixed or resolved, and stuff. So just some good life advice. Get those to-do lists done before more stuff piles onto it. Do things right so you don't have to redo them. And for goodness sake, knock out those things that are daunting, that you're putting off, that, you know, are the biggest, baddest thing first, because then everything else is so much easier and you feel so light and fresh doing everything else that's on that list because the worst thing's already done, right? So that's it for today, guys. If you guys are enjoying these videos, please give them a like, subscribe to the channel if you can, and most importantly, remember, sauce ain't the boss. You are. You guys have a great day.